I was a hidden candidate for the 2022 French presidential election, with an atypical profile, multidisciplinary engineer and social entrepreneur, and close to the French due to my rich experience, outside of any existing political framework and any cleavage, without party or label, with a vision and a concrete action plan, results of more than 10 years of work, which, with certainty, will prove to be the most relevant and the most successful and above all the most unifying. This vision and this plan will appeal to the municipalities of France as well as the international community. For several years, I have been carrying out a transnational program for major societal change, the EL4DEV program, providing real operational and organizational solutions for France, Europe and the whole world, without any superiority of one nation over another. I have a structured and coherent political vision for France and have designed an application mechanism capable of profoundly modifying all the codes of French society and modifying the very foundations of international cooperation. My objective is to provide a highly stimulating framework and adequate participatory tools to initiate new decentralized mass cooperation, at the level of the territories, the nation and the international, and quantifiable and modelable progress actions to thus positively transform the socio-political, organizational and cultural environment of France and the rest of the world, by imitation. My program brings a new geostrategic positioning of France in the world, i.e. a modification of its relationship to the world. Under the governance that I propose, the image of France is that of a vast, highly participatory project, a vector of national cohesion and a societal model for other nations. The France that I am promoting is a societal, creative, cultural, agricultural and tourist nation in which the municipalities will now benefit from complete autonomy and real sovereignty with the possibility of competing with the private sector. The keystone of my action plan is the revitalization of territories, especially the most isolated, through intermunicipal cooperation at local, national and international level as well as unprecedented development of the voluntary sector and the social and solidarity economy. My ambitious, complex and atypical plan is revealed online. Terraforming, meaning the rehabilitation and improvement of our planet's atmosphere and ecosystems through a massive and expansive vegetation, without technology and thanks to a vast network of interconnected agroclimatic tourist infrastructures on the 5 continents, intellectual and artistic cross-national cooperation events, an increased self-sufficiency of small municipalities around the world, the creation of what I call political societal unions, to generate national cohesion and bring about international peace. The key players in the process of this societal diplomacy are the municipalities. I affirm that we are facing clear signs of the collapse of our societies. However, the turbulence experienced is useful for raising awareness on a global level. As a social engineer, I affirm that it is time for a new actor to embody the collective destiny of peoples and become the main element in the construction of social cohesion, redistribution and solidarity. I therefore decided to create a last-ditch alternative, in other words a counterpower. All countries are concerned by my approach and my actions. For several months, I asked, without sufficient results, the mayors of France for the necessary collection of 500 signatures for an official candidacy for the French presidential election of 2022. But much more than the French local elected officials, there are many actors of various ranks on the national and international level that I have already canvassed because I have been massively communicating in French and English for several years. The men, women of the various political parties, deputies and senators, political journalists as well as many academics and other employees of French higher education establishments know me well. I am also known to several political, state actors and academics of different ranks abroad simply because I approached them via their embassies and consulates throughout the world, their various ministries, institutions and local government bodies as well as their higher education institutions. At present, I am still obscured by the French media although some precursors from Cameroon, my country of birth, childhood and origin at 50%, have written about me. Rest assured that this voluntary occultation will not last long. I therefore continually carry out decentralized diplomatic actions outside any state framework with the few means at my disposal. I do not act exclusively for France but for all the nations of the world.